into the body. And I think the body is a huge component right now. And that's why so many people are exhausted and they're having the aches and pains and the ascension symptoms, is because we're not remembering that the body itself is a form of consciousness. And the body is communicating to us all the time of the issues in the tissues, right? So yeah, we're right. The issues literally in the tissues, and we store so much of our resistance, repressed memories. When I did my inner work today, what was coming, I'm like, oh my God, really? I didn't even know that thing from childhood bothered me. Like, it came out and I had it release out of certain areas of my body. And I was like, oh my God, I feel so free. But I let myself sit with it. I felt where it was held in the body. And then I surrounded it with light and it left, and I lifted and I felt so good. But I didn't judge it, and I felt the frustration and the irritation. I was like, okay, I need to go deeper. What is going on? I know there's so much going on in the collective, but this still is triggering something that's already within me. I'm not going to just blame it on the collective energy. It's triggering something that I hold within me. And I think that's where we all need to really realize that the mind, body, and spirit, like Bernadette is saying, is one unified field, right? It all works together. Just like we have our heart, our cardiovascular system, we have the respiratory system, the digestive system. Everything is working together for homeostasis, for balance. So we have to realize that our body is working with our mind and our spirit, and they're all constantly communicating to us. And through what I love, the power of sound, we can bypass the human mind and get into feeling, right? Because when you hear music and you sing, or just a melody, it gives you a feeling, right? A feeling. And that can change everything. That changes your biochemistry in your body to feel something. So that's why sound is so healing and therapeutic, because you can play a melody that can pull at your heartstrings, just open your heart, can let you cry, have an emotional release, or you can hear something that gives you just a blast of joy and you want to like just dance and move the body. So the more we get out of our heads and into our body, I feel like that's what we're all being called to do, is like realize that we're spirit in human form and really get into our bodies, feel our bodies, not resist our bodies. We're constantly working against our bodies. Too fat, too skinny, too this, not this enough. I mean, look at how we treat our bodies, like not accepting it. I'm gonna let you talk now. I just had to get that all out.
Get it out. I relate so much, and I almost feel like sometimes I want to scream that from the rooftops, like, don't look at your body as if it's failing you, like, oh, stuff this, I've got a sore back, like my back has failed me. Your body is trying to support you. It's trying to show you the symptoms. It's like, don't shoot the messenger. The body is trying to communicate that with you. And you have to say, okay, thank you, body. What are you trying to show me today? What does my sore back mean? I never understood this. I used to treat the issues as a physio, and now it's like, oh my gosh, I get it now. I've had, I wake up, I know you did too with the sore arm. I woke up with this wrist. I had it a little while back. I fell over, and it was so funny because, when I sat to meditate, I got some guidance sort of saying, you need to take a break from social media. You need a break. You're a bit over-connected. You're too much in the space. You just need to have a break. It's like, okay, have a break. I can do that. And so I went a few days, and then, I wanted to get back in there. I felt disconnected, and I went on, and I thought, I'm just going to do a post. And it was like, just because you stop doing it doesn't mean you stop being it. And I thought that was really profound. I thought, well, I'm not posting every day, but I'm still here to help. I'm being in the energy of it. So I went on. I broke the rule. Anyway, I went for a walk with my husband, and a few steps out the door, and I fell over, and I fell really hard on my wrist, and I hit my forehead, and I really thought I had broken my wrist. And anyway, so it was quite sore. And then the next day I sat to meditate, journal, going, no, it's not a break, but we asked you to have a break. I was like, oh dear. And it wasn't getting better. And they're going, just have a break. There's nothing wrong with your wrist. And again, I was being asked to trust, and I was still a bit sore. And then I took another little break from the Insta, and then I had to go and have a scan on it. And of course, that morning before the scan, we promise you, it's not broken. We just ask you to have a break. We need you to honor, and we're trying to get your attention through symptoms of your body. Of course, it wasn't broken, but it was interesting. This is a bit random, but the blue butterfly is my symbol. So I went into the toilet before I had my scan. I was sitting on the toilet, and in my head I'm going, please don't be broken. And I looked, and the sanitary waste bin had a blue butterfly on its logo. And I was like, okay, it's not broken. So I get that blue butterfly sign all the time. A little bit of an overshare, but that's what I do. And the wrist got better. Anyway, a few weeks ago, one day the wrist was really sore again, just out of the blue. It's like, oh my gosh, there's something wrong with my wrist again. And again, I was being called to really reevaluate what I'm doing in the Instagram space. Who I'm serving, is it serving me? Am I in my perfect balance? Am I making rules, which I call bullshit rules, of what I feel I need to do to be good, to help, to be of service, and what's good for me, and come back into that balance. And once I said, okay, body, what is the message here? And I took it and I followed it. The next morning, my wrist pain gone, completely gone. And it's kind of magical. And some people go, oh, that doesn't happen. But it really does.
No,
because
it
your
really
body
does. It's all
Yeah,
connected. And I love it
all
because
connected.
spirit, our intuition, is talking to us first, right? They try to get us our attention first. The
Yep.
whispers, the synchronicities, the messages, the conversations you hear people having, the messages come in. We don't listen to that. The body starts making a little bit, an alarm signal goes off. You start getting a little bit of aches and pains. We don't really listen to that. We're not listening
Yep.
to both the spirit now and the body. And then
Yep.
that's when we cause a crisis for ourselves to get our attention. And what spirit keeps saying to me is, tell everyone they don't have to go through crisis in order to achieve their goals and live their best life. If we can actually listen to our spirit and listen to our body and the way it's communicating and align the mind, body, and spirit, we can evolve in a graceful way. It doesn't have to be this massive highs and lows. Like we're talking about, we're all experiencing the highs and lows because we all haven't adjusted to really accepting and loving ourselves and trusting ourselves completely. And I feel like that's what this huge, massive wave, this next wave that's coming through is like, you guys are being required to surrender completely. Surrender and trust your intuition and go into the unknown and trust so much in spirit that you don't hesitate with your decisions. And then let the miracles unfold from that. Let the doors open from that. But that is a really hard thing to do because as human beings, we resist. We resist change. We resist discomfort. And we like to stay where it's comfortable. And where we're going now with these energies, you cannot stay where it's comfortable or you are going to get pummeled in the body. So I think that's really important for everybody watching that is having a lot of body systems and resistance. And I just want to share for those who are joining what has happened to me with my story and why I'm out of work right now. And